Hello there.
We would be honored if you would join us.
I've been looking forward to this.
Blind! Deploy the garrison! Move!
Now this is pod racing.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
This is where the fun begins.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet.
You stuck-up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder.
You underestimate my power! You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them! Bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness! You're my brother, Anakin! I love you!
We're keepers of the peace, not soldiers.
Once more, the Sith will rule the galaxy. And we shall have peace.
Hey everybody, we are back after being away for past week. We've been a bit busy here.
I've been shopping for Pops.
Been shopping for Pops. We've been watching the Snyder Cut Justice League. We've been doing it all. So that being said, we have a lot to cover here tonight on the podcast. We're glad you've been joining us. Jumping into it, we on the agenda tonight, we're going to be looking at the Snyder Cut, the Justice League. We're going to go through, kind of talk about, our feelings about it, initial reactions and whatnot, and obviously maybe bring back the Snyderverse. Hopefully that'll be a thing. Gonna talk about
soon to come.
Yeah, exactly. We got a brand new show from Marvel, Falcon and Winter Soldier, that we're going to be talking about a bit. We got Superman and Lois that's still running strong. We're about 4 episodes in right now. The story is starting to pick up a bit. We got Suicide Squad on the list. We got Black Adam on the list. We're going to do a little show and tell. So hope you're here to hang out for a bit, because we got a bit to talk about today. Jumping on into it, the hot topic of the week has been Zack Snyder's Justice League. Bringing back the Snyderverse
All over Kevin's social media, though, for the last week and a half.
Oh boy, yeah. I mean, so Twitter's been kind of just going crazy with the hashtags and breaking some records and stuff like that with how fast and how much is being tweeted at one time. So we're hoping this maybe grabs the attention of Warner Brothers. We'll see. What do you guys think? What were your initial reactions? We all hung out and watched it together. Obviously, we were safe, social distance and all that.
Kevin was a little close, but
But it was a 4-hour movie, so after 4 hours, it's a lot to take in.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty interesting, honestly. It's a lot better than the fucking 2-hour version we got in 2017.
The Justice League.
Josh fucking Whedon, man. Look, man, he's an okay director. Don't get me wrong. Did great with Avengers, but literally, he fucking scrambled the shit out of that movie, and we got so much shit then, and we just got a fucking masterpiece now. You know what I mean?
I think the best part of that night was when we finished watching at 11:30 at night, and then I was just scrolling through Instagram around midnight, and I saw that Kevin was restarting the movie in his room.
Yeah, I've watched it 3 or 4 times already. No, not even 5. Just I like to when I watch comic book movies, guys. I like to pick and piece and see different types of Easter eggs and stuff, and I love the thrill of the fucking movie, you know what I mean? It feels like you're a part of it, That's just my take. But yeah, I mean, like, with the additional footage, it just looks so awesome. A lot of slow-mos moments in this movie, and then everything was just great overall. The one thing I disliked about it though was just Wonder Woman, just because, well, not like her, but like the music, because they played the same fucking shit over and over.
Well, yeah, and when you
Every
watch it five
time.
times, you must have got 5 times as sick of it as we were the first time we saw it.
Yeah, I was like, okay, but I mean, her opening scene where with the bank robbers, like that was cool. Like we got like additional footage from there. So
They said the F word.
three times, guys.
Three
The
whole
F-bomb.
times.
Kevin had an
Three whole
F word counter. He wrote them down. Every time there was a
did.
blood splatter, and every time they said the F word. He was ready.
Well, the blood count, I might be off a bit.
You need to
but
watch it 5 more times first.
yeah, I have to watch another 5 times to get the exact number. But yeah, I liked it though. What do you guys think?
You want me to go? I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I don't know. Like, I think that there are movies that I strongly dislike, but I feel like the DC movies, like, I've liked all of them. Like, I don't really have. My thing is, like, they don't resolve in a satisfying way. Like, Batman vs Superman wasn't a bad movie. It just ended in stupid. That's the best way I can put it. Like, it's the same thing. I feel like I had some issues with the ending of the movie, but I love the after credits scenes, or the after credits scenes that were like 40 minutes long. I thought all of those were cool. But even like with like Darkseid, and like he just was kind of like, oh, okay, like I'll see you guys later in part 2 if it happens, and then he just like shuts the portal. Like, okay, like the whole movie kind of seemed like a Thanos, like doomsday is coming. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, not to say literally doomsday, but like the day of reckoning is coming. You know? And then they just like show him, and it's epic, and like even us, like we were all like, oh shit, like here it is, and they just like opened up like clouds, and then they were just like, all right, see you later. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like nothing really happened. You know? I feel like it was more of a Snoke thing, and we thought it was going to be like a Thanos thing.
Mhm.
Where like his minions kind of came first, and I thought he was just going to like take out his minion and then just like take over himself, you know? Like a Ronin and Thanos thing, but
Yeah.
and I think it kind of fell flat like that. But I really appreciate the character development, like especially with Cyborg, and even the Flash too. Like, but I think especially Cyborg, because in the original, they had a lot of the Flash scenes. Like, we got more like superhero Flash, I guess, in this version. But like his character was at least like established and had somewhat of a backstory in the original cut. But I feel like Cyborg, they had like that like 3-minute lab scene, and then that was just kind of it. Like, he was just kind of like an emo cyborg guy. So I feel like how they added it, and then they had like the like sequences. What was it, like it wasn't a dream sequence, but what was the one where like he like saw his parents and stuff? Remember, like he had like almost like an afterbirth type thing that happened. Remember, it was kind of like how like Thanos saw Gamora like in like the like orange hued area. He had that moment too with his parents, and I thought that was cool because all of that kind of stuff was cut out of the original.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like that. I like Ben Affleck's Batman, so I had no complaints with that. Anyways, I like the extra couple scenes. I feel like he gets a lot of crap for it because of Batman vs Superman and Justice League, but I think if he was put in a better direction, like we saw in Snyder's cut, like I think he could be one of the better Batmans.
And I mean, he is coming back for the Flash movie, so like,
is he? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So,
he is.
This is what also confuses me. Like, are we just gonna have like 5 different Batmans and just like call it a day?
I mean,
like, how are they addressing that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, are they just gonna have like different universes and like say that they're different universes, or like recast for certain things?
Well, I mean, what I remember, it was just like when they initially like said that Ben Affleck was done, they were gonna like introduce the multiverse anyway. That's why DC wanted to go like the route they're like trying to go now.
Yeah.
And I guess like Michael Keaton, is supposed to come back, but like people were saying that like he was gonna be like the newer version of Batman, like put it like like the DC's version of Nick Fury. But I mean, like, I just feel like in Justice League, Batman, like in the original cut, that is, it wasn't like too much in this one, but in the original cut, Batman kind of like seemed like the fatherly figure to Barry, considering that Barry's dad was like in prison. So I feel, and like, you know, when the Flash director like announced that Ben Affleck was coming back, I just feel like, you know, that was just because they want to like wrap up like the fatherly like bonding
Right,
thing.
they're Tony Stark, Peter Parker, and Batman and
yeah,
Flash. Which I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think is a bad idea. I kind of like it.
yeah. So you know, I'm all down for that. And I mean, like, you know, with the Snyder cut, you know, now that it's out and like, you know, everybody's like trending on Twitter about it.
Breaking news on Twitter.
Twitter.
Batman has Ben Affleck again.
I mean, you never know what will happen though. You know what I mean? Like, you know, anything's possible. So, I mean, like, if the Snyder cut, like, you know, it became a thing. So you never know. We could get, you know, part 2,
Right?
the whole nightmare sequence, which I thought was pretty cool too. So
The nightmare sequence was cool.
yeah.
Hang on,
Yeah,
it shows that
it's fine.
Matt's frozen right now. Get some technical difficulties going on.
Uh-oh.
Of course. Let me see what I can do here.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna have to edit it into 2 parts. Hold on, let me do those. Alright, now we're back.
Okay, sorry about that. A few technical difficulties right there. But no, I was just gonna say that I thought the movie was good. For 4 hours, it didn't really feel like a chore to get through.
Mhm.
I thought having it broken up into the 6 parts kind of helped the pacing of it a little bit. Like, you were kind of like, it just made the movie kind of flow a little
There
bit.
were like resolutions in chapters, I think. So kind
Yeah,
of like you were
exactly,
expecting like it'd be like a beginning, a middle, and an end to each one of them.
Yeah. I had, like, personally, my favorite scene was the Flash scene when he was reversing time. That was really, really, really cool. I'm just a really big Flash fan in general. I love the books. I love the show. So it was nice to see him get. I mean, everyone kind of got their moment, really. You know.
Yeah.
But that was, for me, my favorite scene. It definitely just, like, in that moment, I was like, yes, like that was the yes moment for me in that movie. But I too also I do like Ben Affleck's Batman. I like him as Bruce Wayne too, because, you know, kind
Right,
of a
which is
double
literally
part
like
there.
I feel like it's 2 different parts that like you're either good at one or good at the other.
Yeah, and I think he does a good job as both. As for like Wonder Woman, just like everybody, yeah, that music was a little bit annoying, but really, it was really nice to see Cyborg get his, like, origin story kind of flushed out a bit and kind of give his character a little more life to it. Because I agree with Nick. The first time when I watched the first Justice League movie,
Snyder Hole.
he was very off-putting, just
Yeah.
like angry, like you could tell that, you know, he had all this
Right, he was like pissed and
malice
knew
and
nothing besides like his dad made him a robot and that was it. That
yeah,
was his only like tidbit of anything that we got about him.
yeah, and he just had this major, you know, attitude towards his father, and he was just a little bit more off-putting as a character. And, you know, anybody who kind of like watches Teen Titans or keeps up with that, you know, Cyborg's a bit different,
Right.
you know,
It's
in
like
there. So you
polar
kind of,
opposites.
yeah, you kind of didn't expect it, but, you know, I think the way that Zack Snyder approached it was much more like, okay, so, like, you know, obviously we're dealing with this kid who's upset with the fact that, you know, he is the way he is, but what we're looking at here in the grand scheme of things is we're looking at the relationship between a father and a son,
Right.
which is always a good focal point for a story. because that drives the character. You see character development. Does the relationship improve? Does it deteriorate?
Mhm.
And I just really liked the way that they executed their relationship because it was kind of weird. Really, it was like they would do something crazy, and then just kind of yeah, good job. It's like fist bump. Instead of being like, yeah, Dad, we did it. It was so in that aspect, I like the way Zack Snyder approached it. I mean, towards the end, you get his father sacrificing himself to mark the boxes. So, a little bit of sadness there, a little bit of kind of brings that all to one. But Cyborg, just happy to see that he got his part, and I think he did great throughout the whole movie. I all of his interactions with the other members of the Justice League, him and Flash, yeah, it was a great movie. It was a great movie. Definitely loved the extended scene between Deathstroke and Lex Luthor.
Oh yeah, that was good.
I want
Yeah,
Deathstroke in a movie. Like, it kind of makes me mad that they've just like teased him. Like, I think out of it's like funny, but like all of the DC people, I think he's my favorite.
Deathstroke is pretty sweet. Yeah, absolutely. Not sweet, but yeah.
He's a sweet
What
man.
what is sweet is I like Jesse Eisenhower as Lex Luthor.
It's very
kind of
weird.
weird.
But I agree with you.
It's kind of because he's got that like intellectual quirkiness about him,
Right.
and
He's like more like mad scientisty over anything.
yeah, and almost kind of has that like little bit of hubris about him. Kind of. I think he can pull it off.
Yeah.
I do. But towards the the end scenes, in the Batman Nightmare scene, which does depict just a total ragtag fucking team of of people. You got Deathstroke, Mara, Flash, Batman,
Yeah, I want a movie
Joker,
just of them.
Cyborg. Yeah, this ragtag team of heroes trying to avoid the evil Superman.
Right. They should make that before they make the Suicide Squad. Again,
Yeah, right.
Like,
Yeah, right.
Where was that thought process? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I think that was in the original cut, they would have been pushing for that movie over rebooting a Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's so weird that Suicide Squad's already. I know I'm stepping out of line here with going to Suicide Squad already, but I think that like, I don't know. Like, the movie was okay, but it wasn't that bad. They needed to make a reboot within like 5 years of the fucking thing. Like, really? I don't know. But they don't. Why would they need to reboot it? That's like them being like, "Oh, Batman vs Superman sucked," and then they just like recast it and just sort of like throw it back in and all right, let's try it again.
Yeah. That's a good question. Personally, I mean, I personally didn't really like the first Suicide Squad movie. The ending was pretty bad. I just thought the acting was pretty bad. I don't know. It just didn't really sit well with me.
My thing to you is, we're turning into like a sports radio debate freaking podcast. If you take the Suicide Squad that you've seen versus the trailer for this one, do you really think it's going to be that much better?
No, honestly.
I think it's going to be worse.
I mean, the only thing we have to go on here is that we have James Gunn directing it.
Right, but the same thing with like Joss Whedon, where it was like, oh, he made Avengers, like awesome movie. He's gonna have Justice League, like wow, and then look where we were. So like there's no proof in that pudding at all. You have John Cena, who's got the acting freaking capabilities of a stick. I was gonna say a Rock, but the Rock actually is a better actor than fucking John Cena. But you know what I mean?
That's true.
Like I don't know. Idris Elba's gonna carry that movie, but how far can he really carry it? Like Will Smith carried the first one. But how far can he do it, Like, he has Margot Robbie just like the last time, but, like, how far can those two characters really carry a movie?
in the context of Suicide Squad, I almost hope like it doesn't come down to that. I'm hoping
That's what we
that
thought the
there's
first time.
exactly. So I guess to be a little hopeful this time around, but I don't know. I guess a reboot is just always that chance to fill in gaps that were missed and stuff like that. I mean, I'll see it
Right.
for sure.
With as many legal substances as I can consume before I go into it, I'll go see it.
If I'm about to go watch a talking shark, then half shark, half man.
Like I love
person,
John Cena as a
then,
wrestler,
yeah.
but not only if I'm going to go see a talking shark, but if I'm going to go see John Cena try and act, I have to take a few things before I go into the theater.
Fun fact, actually, Sylvester Stallone's actually voicing King Shark.
Yeah, I read that. Yeah,
That's gonna be
funny.
funny.
we'll see it. Like, exactly. If anything, it'll be a good laugh.
Right, and I think
It should be
that's what it's going to be. I think that's all we're going to get out of it. And I mean, I feel like if we go into it expecting that, we'll like leave satisfied enough.
Yeah, exactly. So, Suicide Squad. When's that slated to come out?
Yeah, Kevin, knower of all.
Like June, I think.
I think it's August.
Is it August? I don't know.
I know because I know it's also releasing on HBO Max, and it said that it was on HBO Max, and I was like, they're still going to be doing that in August?
Yeah, so it'll be released on August 6th, 2021. So we'll get it this summer.
Cool.
There we go. Going to the drive-ins.
That's exactly what's going to be happening.
So, all since the whole week since Snyder Cut has come out, we've seen, bring back the Snyderverse. Do you guys think it should come back? What do you think?
There you go. It's Kevin's
What do you
moment.
What do you think? Yeah, I know. I've been buttering Kevin up for this the whole time. What do we think about this whole thing? Should we at Warner Brothers here?
Honestly,
are they gonna listen, or are they just gonna
like? Honestly, Warner Brothers, like the fact that they own DC and I mean, the whole Dark Knight trilogy was like great. Like they did a good job with that, but like everything else they do with movies, like they just fuck it up. Like it's all scrambled. It's not like Marvel or anything. So I think Warner Brothers should fucking sell DC to like some other production company. That way they can, put it on a better slate. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I do want them to. I think that maybe HBO should like continue the Snyderverse because like it's getting a lot of good thought.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, like Warner Brothers can like focus on their own like multiverse thing, whereas HBO Max can just do Snyderverse stuff. And I feel like if like because we got the Snyder Cut like because of the fans. Like if the fans didn't do that, then this wouldn't have happened.
Right, that's what I feel like people like don't even like put two and two together. Like that would not have been a thing unless people on social media were talking about it.
Yeah. And like, people, listen to the fans like most of the time. You know what I mean? So
unless you're the studio that's releasing No Time to Come Out, James Bond 26. But
no time to come out.
No time to be released in theaters.
But I mean, we got Dark Side, like it was a big giant cliffhanger, we want to see like more of that.
We want our Dark Side fight.
That was the biggest disappointment. Like we got like Marvel was like Thanos is coming. 5 seconds in, he's beating the shit out of the Hulk. This movie was like in the trailer, Darkseid's coming. We see him for like 20 seconds in like a flashback, and then we see him for like 30 seconds at the end of the movie, and he doesn't even touch anybody. Okay.
Right? Like, that's so like...
CGI budget wasn't high enough for them to be fighting any live action actors, I guess.
But like... like everything was just left on a cliffhanger, so I just think that they should continue it. And that scene at the end where Bruce wakes up from the nightmare scene dream, and Martian Manhunter comes down. Originally, it was supposed to be 2 Green Lanterns that were
Evan's got the
Yeah.
inside scoop.
yeah.
Yeah,
Where'd
it was
you
supposed
hear
to be
this?
two lanterns.
So where'd I hear it?
Yeah.
Around.
Multiple sources.
Kevin's sources, George Clooney.
YouTube.
Yeah,
Ben
no,
Affleck just
I read
whispered
to him
the
a
little
same
bit.
thing, Kev. I read the same
Yeah.
From
thing.
bullshit news.
But at one point I heard it was originally supposed to be Kilowog and Tomar Ray, or I think that's his name. I don't know, the fish looking Green Lantern guy.
Yeah, that we saw fighting. In
The one that got
beginning.
fucking rocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were supposed to warn Bruce about Darkseid, and then I guess Zach confirmed this, but he was originally gonna have Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan then show up, but then Warner Brothers was like, no, we don't want you using Green Lantern. We're gonna have a fucking plan for Green Lantern in a couple years, so we don't want you doing it. But Zach fought really hard trying to get them to use them, but he couldn't. So
Right, 'cause
in all
it
reality,
still baffles me
it's
that the
Martian
Justice
Manhunter.
League has been done without Green Lantern.
Yeah,
the core-
exactly.
I find it so stupid too because he's a core member. You know, what
Right,
I
he's a
mean?
main character. That would be like the
Yeah.
Avengers without the Hulk.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, literally.
I'd understand if you didn't put Cyborg in, but I mean that's fine. Cyborg is a good
Right, he
member
has
now,
his
too.
own franchise thing,
Yeah, he's the most recent addition to the team too. So I don't know, but I guess he did also talk to Ryan Reynolds too, and Ryan Reynolds wouldn't have done it, but the studio was just no, you guys can't use Green Lantern, so they had to switch it around, and that's why we got Martian Manhunter. But that's still pretty cool too.
Right, but I
like
wish that they saved it.
but-
I wish that he
Yeah.
wasn't Martha. I wish that we won't even go over there. Again.
Martian.
Yeah, Martha Manhunter, as we were saying.
Martha Manhunter.
But I don't know. I think that was kind of a wasted introduction to him. I wish they just kept it in the end. I feel
Yeah.
through the re-editing process, they were all right, we're gonna use both reveals of Martian Manhunter in this movie. I feel
Yeah.
they should have just kept it for the after credit one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel
it was
it
a
would have
little
been cooler.
confusing and a weird. It was just a weird spot to put that.
Yeah, when we were watching it, because that was the part of the movie that kind of dragged a little bit. I feel that 10 minutes around there was the only part that dragged in the whole movie. Was we were kind of just slumping over a little bit, and then we saw this Martha Manhunter appear, and then she just went away again. We were like, that was a thing. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I think the Snyderverse needs to continue just because there's so much more that we can learn from it. You know what I mean? And Jim Lee, who's the one of the main DC illustrators, actually did storyboards for the Snyder Cut or for the next 2 Justice League movies. And I guess in the second film, it was mainly going to be the nightmare scene, but we were also going to get a version of Legion of Doom. So that consisted of Lex Luthor, Black Manta, who else? Captain Cold. I think
Grodd.
I don't know if Grodd was mentioned.
No. Oh, that's too bad.
I think the Riddler, Deathstroke, obviously, and I think
Amber
Dr.
Heard.
Poison. Yeah. Yeah, we don't talk
And
about
Jack
Amber Heard.
Sparrow's just gonna appear in the Justice League.
Oh, you know what's crazy too? When all that shit was going on with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, all last year, they filmed the Snyder Cut, so I'm surprised that they brought her back, for the nightmare scene,
Right.
with all the controversy that was brought up on her. I actually just read about that the other day.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I have to say about the Snyder Cut. I do want it to continue, so hopefully we can do that. HBO can do that and listen to the
Kevin.
fans.
Give us a scene from Kevin's version of the Justice League Part 2.
Okay.
Exclusive sneak
Boom
peek.
2. Okay, there's a big battle, right? So like, Superman's kind of like, all fucked up in the head, just cuz, he has like part of the anti-life equation in him just cuz Darkseid's like, "All right, I killed Lois, blah blah blah." So, Superman drops in, like this takes place like minutes after like the end of the nightmare scene that we saw. Everybody's getting ready and shit. Flash is running back in like time trying to warn Bruce and Batman v Superman. And people are just fighting. And then out of the blue, a boom tube comes out of nowhere, and I show up as the Green Lantern. I'm like,
All right.
bitch, boom. Fuck you. Oops. I got this freaking kryptonite encrypted Green Lantern ring, and I just fuck him up. I'm
And
like,
then Ryan
boom.
Reynolds comes in as Deadpool with a Green Lantern ring and just wipes the screen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
That was
Exactly.
good, Kevin. You had me until the self cameo came in.
I would love to cameo that movie.
God.
Oh man.
Hey,
Well,
listen, if Stan Lee
hopefully
can put himself in his own movie, so can you. So
Yeah, true.
hopefully the Snyderverse will continue, and they can start pumping out some stuff, kind of like Marvel is pumping stuff out right now because we got the Falcon and
that was
Winter
a
Soldier.
good segue, Matthew.
Out.
That was great. Look at you. What a good host. But yeah.
So yeah, I mean, so far we got 2 episodes. They're both about the same, about a half hour long.
Yeah, 20
Um,
minutes of credits. The intro on this one is so
As
fucking long
always.
too. At least WandaVision's was like different in every episode, and that like kind of played into the theme. But like this show is like 5 minutes, like longer than freaking Game of Thrones, and it's the same thing every time.
Yeah,
So you got 5 minutes of intro, 10 minutes of credits. They're like, oh cool, 48-minute episode, and it's like 32 minutes long.
I mean, I just skip it.
Listen, you gotta get built into the scene, okay? And you gotta decompress at the end.
I mean, how do we feel so far about the show? I mean, it's only been 2 episodes. We get a new Captain America.
Yeah, I want
Oof.
to hear what you guys feel about it because I just watched it and I like watched both of them with like recently. And you guys have like watched them as they came out, so you have more time to like. I mean, I guess what this episode did come out yesterday, so never mind. But I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you guys have been able to sit on it a little bit longer.
Well, my initial reaction to like the first episode was just like being surprised, considering that like even Avengers have to fucking pay off like house loans and shit.
Yeah.
You figured like they wouldn't have to do that, just or they get like a shitload of money regardless, just because they're Avengers.
Right.
But I thought it was
tough,
good.
man.
Yeah,
Times are tough.
yeah.
I think it's
sure.
funny though, like how, because haven't there been comic books where they like Tony Stark like talks to people about how they get paid? I think there is one. I forget what it is. I read that somewhere. That like,
Yeah.
because like it's you take like superhero world like out of the real world, but then like the show kind of like pulls it in. It happens a few different times in like the 2 episodes. But like, I don't know. I find it funny that like that was brought up, like how they pay their bills. Because in comic books, no one gives a shit how Batman's paying his bills. You know what I mean? Like no one's asking him what is pensions looking like these days, or you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the first, I mean, I like it to be like I love everything with Captain America and like all of the characters that were introduced in that, even up to this show now. But I just feel like the first episode just seemed kind of slow. Like there wasn't like too much action. It was just like Sam's just like, okay, like I'm not gonna be Captain America. I'm just gonna give up the shield and do my own thing because I'm the Falcon. And then like Bucky's just like like trying to like go to therapy and shit for like all the like trauma that he's had over the years, being the Winter Soldier. Which I think is good too, just for his character. But I mean, I'm not really like too pumped about this new Captain America. I like I don't know, he's just like there's something off about him that I don't really like. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm wondering if he's gonna turn bad because this is like I like the Spider-Man movies, but I feel like it's very comparison to that. Like I was just telling my girlfriend, like it was very much like I was saying earlier before I started recording, like, oh, you do this? Well, Captain America does it this way. Or like, oh, like you can bench press 200? Well, Captain America could bench 325. Like, it was just very like, I don't know, I feel like in Spider-Man, it was always like he could never live up to him, and everyone reminded him that he wasn't Tony Stark and that he had to fill his shoes, and I feel like they're doing the same thing, and like eventually it just kind of becomes a yawn. Like, I like the buddy cop aspect of it, but it's very much of that, of like, oh, well, like, you want to be Captain America? Well, like, there's some big shoes to fill, like, you can't do that. Like, and they give him no chance at anything, but then, like, in the second episode, he kind of, like, shows a little bit of, like, a sketchy side to him. So I'm hoping that he, like, turns bad or something, because, like, other than that, if they're just going to be, like, petty to him because he's not Steve Rogers, like, I think that's just kind of dumb.
Yeah. I mean, the first, like, red flag I saw was, like, that scene when they were, like, on the trucks or whatever,
Right.
and, like, they were all fighting, and, like, he just comes out of nowhere. He's like, oh, hey, surprise, guys, like, I'm here. But, like, he used a gun to, like, you know, hurt, like, an enemy or whatever.
Black Widow.
Cap never did that.
Black
so,
Widow. Iron Man.
What?
Who have hit Black Widow? Like, I guess what you're saying with Captain America didn't use a gun, but, like, other Avengers also have. Like, it's not like, I don't know. That's because I've heard that from a few different people. They're like, but he used a weapon to kill somebody. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I get what you mean though. That it's like not the Captain America way.
Like,
But
it's not the way, yeah. So, like, I'm a diehard Cap fan, you know what I mean? Like,
it's like with Batman. Batman never shot or killed anybody. I mean, he did in like 3 different comic books ever. But then Ben Affleck's Batman's freaking shooting people with his shotgun all day long.
yeah. But I mean, the second episode was pretty good. I liked it. You know, I liked the interaction between, like, Sam and Bucky.
Yeah, I like that buddy cop like atmosphere.
Buddy cop thing. Yeah, I feel like that's gonna, like, progress more later.
That's what's holding me into the show right now.
Yeah, yeah, just the two of them. And then, like, we got, like, that little, like, Zemo, like, cliffhanger at the end, which I thought was cool. They're gonna bring him back. But yeah, I mean, like, I can't wait to see what else happens, you know?
Yeah, being only...
Yeah, go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, being only 2 episodes in, it does seem like it's setting up a bit of a story, you know, definitely leading to some questions, and, like, I also had the feeling the other day, I was like, I don't really know about this guy. Like, he doesn't seem like he's, like, has the right motives, I want to say, or, like,
exactly
the right demeanor to, like, want to kind of represent, you know, what Captain America really does represent. Because I noticed the same thing, Kev, like, that he used a gun and killed, you know, one of those people, and, you know, it's not like, oh my god, but it is kind of like, you know, when the role that you're playing is, or the shoes you're trying to fill are Captain America's, you know, that seems to be one major step you wouldn't take.
Yeah.
You know,
you're supposed to be boring and tell people not to swear first before shooting a gun.
I think he's gonna have some major influence over his partner, and I think there might be a little struggle between them too. If and when and if, what's his name, John Walker? Yeah. If Walker starts kind of going off the righteous path, so might be kind of cool to see his character develop a little bit, see where he's going to come into play. But definitely, Bucky's character is keeping me drawn into the show. Because it definitely seemed like in the first episode that he was still getting some of his, like, Winter Soldier flashbacks, a little bit of PTSD. He had that scene in, I don't know, it looked like an embassy or a school or something like that. So, little prediction is that it looks like he might have done something to that kid, and, like, that kid was probably was that Chinese man's son. Like, And then we got the introduction of Isaiah, excuse
Yeah.
me.
Oh yeah.
Towards the middle end of episode 2, and that was also kind of just like who is this guy? Like, kind of just like Sam's reaction, almost like, how could no one know about this, talk about this? This is a fucked up situation
Yeah.
that's been presented here. What do we do about it?
Well, do you guys
So,
have you guys
yeah.
ever read seen the comic books of Isaiah?
No.
He was the Captain
Personal.
America. He was the black Captain America. His name was Isaiah Bradley, which I thought that was a really cool callback because in every movie that we've seen, we've never seen anything of him.
No,
Yeah, look him
nothing.
up. He's
No
another
mention.
Captain America.
Hmm.
So I think that's
Yeah.
really cool.
I didn't know that.
That's
I
why
haven't read much
right,
of
but
Captain America.
that's why Sam kind of took offense to it and was like, "You mean to tell me there was a black Captain America and nobody said anything about it?"
Yeah.
Because I think that was just a cool thing because that's real that was an old school comic book and they kind of just never. I mean, they don't have to address every hero ever, but
Yeah.
they never once mentioned him. So I think it's cool that they're giving him his due in that way. But I recommend looking it up. It's pretty cool. He's like Steve Rogers on steroids, and he had more of a temper with stuff, which you saw him being the old man.
Yeah, you yelling and
Right. But he's also a hardened old man right now, but that's how he was in
Mhm.
some of the stuff that I've read of it. I've just seen little few page clips in some groups that I'm in of him.
Well, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So we'll be talking about that as the episodes keep rolling through here. And I'm excited to see where the show goes. For me, it's been fun so far. I just kind of enjoy it for what it is right now. Kind of nitpick a little bit, but I think it's a fun show so far.
Where do you guys think it's gonna go? Do you have any predictions or hopes and wishes of where you think
Well,
it's gonna go?
I know from the trailers that Sam and Bucky get the shield back at least. We've seen it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, maybe they might go the comic route and make Sam Captain America at the end.
I think they will.
Yeah, I mean, with how this is going, I think in the comics, I know Zemo and Walker, who's U.S. agent, that's his name.
Yeah.
They are a couple of the core members of the Thunderbolts, which is the Dark Avengers in a way. So I feel like
the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, of the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
I feel like we might get that. But I mean, who knows? Anything's possible. So
maybe we'll get Vision to come back and actually explain what the fuck he was doing when he just left after he got all his memories back and just disappeared at the end of WandaVision.
Hey guys, I'm here.
Yeah, hey, I just got all my memories back and I just realized exactly what happened. And not only am I alive, but I remember literally everything. See you guys later.
There we go.
Yeah, and my whole family, including Wanda's, about to die. Peace out, guys. I love that episode. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I've been really enjoying the Superman and Lois show. We're about 4 episodes deep in that right now. But my question right off the bat for this show is, and just watching the Snyder Cut, is who do you guys like better as Super, or who is your favorite Superman? Do you like Henry Cavill more, or do you like Tyler Hoechlin? Is that his name? Tyler Hoechlin?
Yeah, something like that.
Because personally, I mean, I like Henry Cavill as Superman, but I've really taken a liking to Tyler's approach at Superman and the way that he plays him.
Well, the thing about Tyler, I really like him. I actually got to have a chance to meet him briefly. I went to Comic-Con 2019.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I got to talk to him. I got an autograph from him. But he's really nice.
Where is it?
Yeah. Where is it? Do you want me to grab it? I can grab it.
Show and tell. Show and tell.
Okay,
Mixing
guys.
it
Show
in.
it up.
Mixing it in.
I gotta take it off the wall, so just give me 1 second.
It's framed and
It's-
you have to
It's got a
security
kiss.
code.
It's got a lipstick stain on it.
Yeah, it's weight sensitive, so if you take it off the hinge, 2 machine guns pop out of Kevin's light fixture.
His Funkos that he takes out of the box are just ready. They actually have real machine guns built in. That's why he has
If you're
$7.
planning If you're planning on stealing it, you're gonna need to watch a little movie called National Treasure.
All right, guys. Here's my show and tell. I have the Tyler Hoechlin autograph.
Oh, it says to that sexy beast, Kevin. Wow, dude.
Wow.
Look at
Wow, Kev.
It's funny actually. You know, when I met him, I walked up to him and I was like, "Are you ready for this upcoming crossover, which was supposed to be Crisis, right?" At that time, he's like, "Hell yeah, man! I'm so ready for it, dude. I can't wait to play Superman again." I was like, "Cool." And I just found out that Kevin Conroy got casted as Bruce Wayne, an older version of Bruce Wayne for that crossover. So I told him that. I'm like, "Did you know that Kevin Conroy was casted as Batman?" And as he was signing it, he looked up to me and he's just like, "Wait, really? No way." And I was like,
leave it
dude,
to Kevin to tell the guy who's
we-
going to be casted in his own thing.
Yeah, right. What?
And he's like, "Wait, the Batman, the guy that voiced Batman in the animated show?" I'm like, yeah. He's like, "Dude, that's so cool." I'm like, "Yeah." We just had that we had that little conversation. It was nice though. He's a really nice guy. So I do like his Superman, but my favorite Superman of all time is probably gonna have to be Brandon Routh, just because that was the first one I've seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember briefly seeing him as a kid. Superman was the first movie I saw that was a superhero movie in the theaters. So I like him the most, but I do love Tyler though too. He's a great guy and he's doing really well with the role. Can't wait to see what he does with it.
Yeah, same.
Sorry, I'm ordering pops.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna put back the
More to add to the wall.
Dude, there's
behind
a
Nick
bunch
over
coming
here.
in. I got a Dwayne the Rock Johnson one coming in. I got Hulk Hogan and Mr. T coming in combo for my brother's birthday,
Whoa.
but it goes on the Wall of
Whoa.
Fame. I had the Stone Cold Steve Austin 7-Eleven exclusive,
Oh my god.
and then I showed you guys the ones for the
360
Michael Jordan
316 exclusive.
pre 316 7-Eleven, bro. And they got the Michael Jordans, and then I just got some more. I'm getting Ego from Guardians 2 that this guy has. And some other cool ones.
Did
Yeah.
you see the one I tagged you in with the Funko page? The
Yeah.
Atom.
Yeah,
That looks sick. I want that.
that's pretty cool. Yeah,
I would-
they're doing their spring convention.
hmm
I don't know if those of you who are watching have noticed, but pretty much every episode, Nick has a new Funko Pop behind him over there.
Hey, this one's an Australia exclusive.
He's been waiting to show this off.
Whoa.
They only sell it in Australia. You had to buy it from the equivalent of a Best Buy there.
It glows in the dark too.
Right, and that's the thing. I got to get a UV light because they don't actually glow in the dark. You have to charge them with the UV light.
Oh wow.
But I think it's so funny though that this one was never made in the U.S. This is a pretty big moment in Endgame.
Yeah.
both of them. Even just this side alone of Tony Stark. It's a pretty big part of his whole character. For the whole, it's the cap of the whole movie.
Mhm.
And the fact that it was only in Australia is crazy. Yeah, I might have to kill a couple people for that or something. Don't worry about it.
hmm But
But back to Superman. I think
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
Henry Cavill because I don't know. I think that Superman, I like the guy in the new show, but I think that he's just not as big and like overpowering as Superman's supposed to be. Like Superman's a god. Like he's supposed to be like a huge, jacked, like just like super enforcing figure, you know? And I feel like Henry does that like perfectly. Like I think like it's
Yeah,
equivalent of,
Henry
like,
does-
they had like Thor, but he's like a little like scrawnier dude. Like I feel like this guy's like Tyler's like kind of scrawny. Like he's not big and built and like what Superman's supposed to be, you know?
That's fair, because yeah, Henry does have this big presence to him,
Right.
where you feel like he's like
A god.
like exactly, yeah, like he's a god.
Right. It'd be like if
Um,
you cast Ryan Reynolds to play Thor. Like just think about it. Like the side, like the body size difference. Like if Ryan Reynolds lifted and got like more like muscular, but he's just not like a big wide dude, you know?
Right. I think I don't know if it's necessarily like the physical presence that I like that I like about Tyler's Superman. I think it actually almost is the opposite, that it because of that it kind of makes him seem a little more
He's
human.
got more of the everyday
you know?
hero thing. I do agree. I think that him acting I like better, but I think overall presence, because I feel like Superman is very much like, I only talk like this and this is all I am supposed to do. I am Superman. Like I feel like that's been a depiction of Superman, but then we also see like the like worldly version. Like I feel like Henry Cavill's version of Superman, like working in the office with his suspenders and his glasses, and he's like this walking around. I think it's funny, but like this one kind of like he plays off more as an everyday guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and for me, I think that's what I like a little bit more about it.
Right.
But-
It's a give and take, but
Yeah. The show is really good. I've been enjoying it since the first episode. I'm thinking it'll really start to pick up these next couple episodes. But you know, let's hope it continues. Let's hope we see Tyler kind of do a little some more Superman stuff. And we'll see how the show plays out.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah. Do you guys have any other closing news today?
breaking news on StarWars.com/news.
Oh, the front page
toasters,
headline:
R2D2 toasters and Death Star toasters. Big news today.
waffle makers. Oh my!
That and they have the new the new Lego bus, like the one over here, right there. They have a new Darth Vader and a new Scout Trooper. I shit you not. Go StarWars.com/news today. That's the front headline. So tons of stuff going on in the Star Wars universe right now.
It's a slow time for Star Wars right now. That's for sure.
It'll pick up.
Um,
Bad Batch is coming in May.
Right, it'll pick
so,
up, and it's all we're going to
Yeah.
be talking about in a couple months. So
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. The only other things that we had written down is that we've just been kind of starting to see some more casting roles go out for the Black Adam movie, which is going to be Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson playing Black Adam, which is really, really cool because that's a hero that deserves a bit of spotlight
yeah,
and ties in quite heavily to the JLA and everything like that. Because all over the internet this week, we've seen that the one and only Pierce Brosnan has been
Mamma Mia's own.
casted, Mamma Mia's own GoldenEye as Dr. Fate, which is really cool, and which is a really kind of different role
Yeah.
I guess I didn't expect him to play, because I mean in the comics Dr. Fate is an Egyptian prince, which is kind of weird, but maybe I think this might be maybe an older version.
Haven't you heard his acting chops in Will Ferrell's Netflix movie, the new one where he's the what is it, the Icelandic singer, and he sings Ya Ya Ding Dong, and Pierce Brosnan's his dad? Go watch it. He's got range.
Oh boy, I think I'll pass, but I'll take your word for it.
That movie's so dumb.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that movie starts coming about. I'm not entirely sure when it's supposed to come out. December 22nd, 2021. So
Wait, that comes out this
right,
year?
right before Christmas.
Time is moving, boy. I seriously, I feel like they just announced that, and I was like, shit, that's like in like 5 years from now.
Crazy! Oh my god!
I thought it was still at least like a 2023 release date.
I can't wait till the pops for Black Adam come out. Like they're gonna look like so cool. I feel like.
Yeah, that's how you know we're fucking nerds. We're worried about what the pops are gonna look like for everything that comes out now.
Literally.
Like, dude, the pops for the new Justice League are gonna be sick.
Oh, they are, dude.
This Snyder Cut exclusive Dark Side, dude. Like, God, Assad. I want
Legitimately, what we're doing. That was legit our conversation. Remember? Like the Justice League Snyder cuts are gonna be sick pops. Yeah, I have to make a third thing, so I have. It's like here. I feel like I'm like on the freaking like I'm the weatherman right now. So like here, it like goes into two things, and I gotta get shelving. I posted in one of my pop groups that I'm in. That's like a buy sell trade group. I'm like, so what do you guys think I should get? They're like shelving. But like it works because like I have it like fit up against the wall, and the ones in the bottom are kind of out, so like they're in place, like they're not going anywhere. But I'm like full. Like there's spot up here. Once again, weatherman. It'll be right here. It'll be about 65 tomorrow afternoon. That one goes there, so then it's like completely filled, and I got some on the way. Like I said, I have like 10 on the way. So I'm gonna have to get a third thing, and I think I'm gonna put it all up along this wall, and I have to rearrange like my whole room. So for like the 12th time. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just cleaned my room, so I'm gonna.
Kevin cleaned his room. Breaking news.
I did. It's very nice.
Here, Kevin, you can show a couple of your pops. Now we're gonna get into the pop time. Matt's favorite.
Okay. Let's do it.
Look how happy Matt looks at this the pop hour.
Dude, I'm more like ashamed. Like my pop collection is small.
It's okay, you have real responsibilities, unlike me and Kevin who just do this.
Okay. I have 3. So my first one, Legolas Greenleaf.
Whoa.
Hey, there we go.
Like
That's a nice one.
Orlando Bloom and Legolas are my favorite. He's one of my favorite actors. This is my favorite character of Lord of the Rings. I did like when I went to Harrison's in Salem, you know, I looked around to see if I could find this, but I couldn't. All they had was fucking Gimli. And I do like Gimli, but like his pop version of him looks really, really small and just chubby.
Yeah.
So like
Kevin is
Harrison's
not like small and chubby.
probably
people.
charging $20 for it too.
yeah, literally. It's
Not
like,
a sponsor.
it's like $15.99.
Not a sponsor.
A pop over there where you can get it for like $12 plus tax at like
I know.
fucking, you know, Newberry. Like, but yeah, this is Legolas. I do like this. I'm gonna keep it in the box. And then I have 2 limited edition ones. So the first one I have is Grimlock.
Ooh. I didn't see that
yeah.
one.
I like the helmet. Yeah, that's
Yep.
a good one.
It's the first Transformers one. I might get more on it. I don't know. I'm like trying to decide on whether or not I should. I do love Transformers. I have a couple down here.
Because that's the thing. That's like with me. Like I'll get like a couple of things from something that I like, and I'm like, well, I can't not have like all of the main characters. Like that's what I get caught into doing.
Like if
you
anything,
wanna drink?
if anything, I'll get Optimus. And
Shaken,
Bumblebee.
not stirred.
But yeah, this is pretty cool though. Grimlock's one of my favorite Transformers, so the fact
Yeah,
that
it's a good one.
yeah, I'm gonna take good care of this one. And then
Easy
finally,
kisses it and tucks it in at night.
my most unique one. I think I've shown you guys this, or maybe Nick, but
Oh yeah.
That's a cool
this is the white version.
That's a bingo.
Yeah. I got this on Amazon for like, I think like $16. I don't know. Did I sent you that link, right, Nick? For this one or no?
It was like $25.
25, yeah. I don't know. But definitely worth though. It's a really nice steal. So not too many of these are gonna be being made, but yeah. Those are my new pops.
Matt,
Hey.
you got any new pops, Matt?
Me,
Just lie. Just say they're new. Just grab a couple. Show them off. There you go.
this is all I got here.
Matt just bought these 5 minutes ago, everyone.
Right before the podcast.
Yeah, just for this impromptu show and tell.
This was the first one that I got, actually with Nick. Actually, when we were at a comic shop. This is the Spider-Punk.
Hey.
That is a cool one.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Stood out. Same day that we were out there hunting, I got some of my favorites. I got Bond right here. I got the Daniel Craig Bond.
Yeah, move
Right
it over
here.
a little bit. The way the camera is.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Whoa.
Same set. Favorite villain. We got Jaws here.
That's a cool one too. I still have
Grab
not
this
seen one
one.
of those in the millions of pops I've looked at in the past month since we went.
Yeah, this is a good one. And then my most recent one was I also got from Harrison's too, but had to snag it. Gotta have Galactus.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd love to get the rest of this Fantastic
There
Four
he is.
set.
Look, we got the twins.
Oh, I have the thing too. Hold on, I'll grab them now.
Yeah.
that
I do have a few on my wish list on Amazon. I got Hawkman. I got a couple more of the Fantastic Four.
Kevin committing crimes over there. Look at him.
I got some Mickey Mouse, some Disney ones. Oh, that's nice. That's a good one.
Yeah.
The thing actually looks really good as a Funko Pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Some characters, like Kevin was saying about the like Lord of the Rings, and like some characters look stupid as Funko Pops.
Yeah, well. So I guess it's more about the character, but I mean, most of them look cool. I like the Spider-Punk one a lot.
Yeah. Trying to think. Of
And the Galactus one looks cool. I mean, I like the colors. Galactus is badass.
Yeah.
But,
I finished the row of Iron Man, which I put on the Instagram. That was an impressive feat. But see, the row of
There we
Iron
go.
Man only goes from like here. It's like just like this.
It goes from about California to about Colorado.
Yeah, we're trying to get all the way
Maybe
over
Utah.
to the East Coast. This all needs to be Iron Man. I got like 3 on the way.
There we go.
My dearest mother sounds like great in the mother's basement. She's in Florida right now, and she's like, "Oh, you want some pops at the store?" And they're all pops that I've like never seen up here. So it was like the stereotypical, like, "No, mom, you gotta do this one." I was like at work, and I'm like, "All right, hold on, I gotta get to business here." And then she'd like
Yeah,
show me,
right.
she'd like show me one, and I was like typing in the price, like making sure it was the right price for like if we were getting a deal or not. And like the lady that was working there heard it. I think she like gave a look to the camera. It was kind of funny. She's like, "Oh, this one's like $15," and I was like, yeah, exactly.
Hey, that's how you that's how you gotta do it, man. It's a vicious game.
Yeah.
Well, do we have any closing statements here tonight, boys?
I have like one more thing to show off.
Oh boy, all right, Kev.
All right, everybody. So I'm an artist, and I mean, you guys have probably seen this already, but I'll show it off here. I drew a picture of the Snyder Cut, or like, I framed it too. It's pretty nice.
It's pretty cool.
Nice,
Yeah.
Kev.
This took me like 5 days to do and draw out. I tried to do like maybe like 2 characters a day, just because of my work schedule. But I got it done, and it looks pretty good.
That is really
Hell yeah, Kev.
Yeah. I'm gonna flip my camera around. Okay, cool.
cool.
Keep a lookout for Kev. He's gonna be on the comic panels pretty soon.
Oh yes. I have a whole idea of what I could do for a comic if I were to draw a story. But you know.
I wish I could draw. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at drawing. I can write, but I can't draw.
Good job,
It's pretty good.
everyone.
Yeah.
All
All right.
I think it's
Alright.
time for Kevin's big moment of the day. All right, Matt, you wanna start it, and Kevin can give us the end here.
Yeah, as always, thank you all for listening in. I'm sure you had a great time listening to us ramble on about all things nerd.
What is he doing?
What is he doing? He's getting ready. We got a lot of new things that we're going to be doing coming up soon. Nick, Kevin, and I are going to start popping into some of our local comic shops and kind of speaking to some locals that are there, maybe talking to the owners, see how they're doing, see how the pandemic has affected them. If they've seen new customers coming in because of movies and stuff like that. It's good to kind of show your local comic stores some love. Show and tell is going to start to be a normal part of the show where we kind of, between comics, pops, movies, CDs, any kind of new stuff we've gotten in during the week or during recently there that we want to show off or we haven't shown off in the past.
Yeah.
And we're going to have some guests on to try and do some of those show and tells too. We have some other friends of ours that are big Funko Pop collectors, big Star Wars collectors. So hopefully we'll start getting some more like collector content going on this page here. And if you are listening, it'd be great. Give us a quick subscribe, give us a shout out, like, comment, share, whatever you'd like to do. And if you feel like tuning in next time, we'll be back we'll be back on Thursday with another new podcast and plenty more stuff to talk about. So we'll have Kevin take us out here.
Yeah, bye.